Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 241. Wherever you're tuning in across the country, I'm thrilled that you're along this hour for a packed show, no less, that doesn't just celebrate technology, but my goal is also to help demystify it. As the announcer says, I aim to break down geek speak into street speak on this program. And hey, a warm welcome to our new listeners in Washington, D.C., as Tech It Out is now on AM 570 The Answer, every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Let me know what you think of Tech It Out. Actually, before I tell you who's on tap this hour, the guests we have lined up for you, if you are on social media, drop by and say hi. Let me know what you're up to. I'll spell my name in a moment, but I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So it's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman. On today's show, we're going to kick things off with a company that helps you sell things on Amazon. Did you know that you, yourself, an individual, can sell things that you maybe don't want in your home and do that on Amazon? Neither did I. It's not just eBay or Facebook Marketplace, so we're going to learn about that in a moment with a company called Helium 10. After that, we'll chat about a dating app for Black singles called BLK and what's new with them. And finally, we'll talk about the metaverse later on in the program with a company called Liquid Avatar Technologies and how they've partnered with a college to teach a course in this future of the internet called the metaverse and Web3, all this mind-blowing stuff. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. I'll tell you more about ASUS shortly, but let's get to our first interview. Hey, have you ever wanted to sell items on Amazon but didn't know where to start? Or maybe you have dabbled in this, but you think you could have had a more profitable experience. Well, we're now going to chat with Bradley Sutton, Director of Training and Chief Evangelist at a company called Helium 10, which helps sellers navigate the e-commerce maze, or I'll say craze. Plus, Bradley is also the host of the most listened to podcast in the world for Amazon sellers. It's called Serious Sellers Podcast. Welcome to the show, Bradley. Good to chat with you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, awesome. Of course. So why don't we dive in at a high level? What's Helium 10 all about?
Helium 10, we're an A to Z suite of software tools to help Amazon sellers, people who are just mom and pops trying to make some extra money on the side, all the way to billion-dollar corporations like Lego also uses to help, as you said, navigate that e-commerce craze that has actually been happening for the last couple of years. But it's a maze for other people. We just try and simplify it for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously online shopping has been around for a while, been popular for a long time, but since the pandemic, I think so many people who hadn't yet pulled the trigger on shopping on Amazon or other places have had to use online services, and many aren't going back, right, to retail, or they're at least folding in more e-commerce than they had previously.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. A lot of people, have for years been shopping on Amazon, but there was always a pretty hefty portion of people who were just focused on like, hey, you know what, I'm just still going to go to the corner market, or I'm still going to go to the Walmart and things like that. But, there were periods of time, during the pandemic where people were just like, they couldn't, shop at those stores because it was closed. So you had to switch to online. And then I think those people who were holding out were like, hey, you know what, this online buying thing is not all that bad. And so they stuck with it.
And of course, Amazon is so big that your company has really just doubled down on that one platform, right? I mean, it obviously is the number one marketplace in the country for shopping online, right?
Yeah, and it's not just, Amazon USA. There's actually over 20 Amazon markets. We deal with 12 of them, anywhere from Amazon USA, Amazon Japan, Amazon Germany. We now do Walmart.com.
Oh, you do Walmart. Okay, I thought it was only Amazon. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, we just started with that. So It's like the beauty is like, with Amazon is that, I could be living in Madagascar, or I could be living in the Maldives, and I could be selling on Amazon USA, never touching my product and making money.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, listen, I was contacted by your communications person because she read an article I wrote for USA Today on how to make money on things that you may have in your home that you no longer need. Spring cleaning, why not put that cash in your pocket? So I talked about platforms like, Facebook Marketplace and eBay, Kijiji in Canada. But she said, hey, Didn't you know you can also, regular people can sell things on Amazon? And I honestly didn't know that, even as a techie. Have you heard that reaction before?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really realize it as well because I've always kind of been like on the private label or arbitrage or wholesale side of Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you look carefully, if anybody's shopping on Amazon, you'll see there's like you can hit the other sellers on any listing, and then you'll see that there's used and used like new and open box items as well. It's not as common as like, hey, buying this stuff on eBay, but I gave it a try. I had a friend a few months ago. He had these 2 fancy graphics cards that were really hot. They're like over $1,000 each. I threw it up on there as, like new open box. I sold them each for $1,000 within hours of placing it there because it was a pretty high demand tech product.
Yeah, no doubt. Graphics cards are for gamers, especially. So I've seen that tab when I'm shopping on Amazon. It'll say, used from X price, whatever. But I thought that was other stores on Amazon, not individuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's individuals. Like you don't even have to have a professional seller's account. Almost all people who are selling their own goods on Amazon have a professional seller's account. You can just have a personal one where you just pay a percentage per order. You don't even have a monthly fee of selling on Amazon, and then you could list your products there.
Yeah, no idea. That's really cool. Are there limitations and regulations that you need to follow in order to do this?
Yeah, there are a few. Like you can't do it in all categories. It kind of makes sense. Like baby products or food and groceries. Like you're not allowed to sell under those.
Yeah,
but for most
health
categories,
and safety reasons. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, no brainer. But most categories, whether it's pet supplies, office products, appliances, home and garden, you are able to list. And then there's just different kind of like levels of it. They have like new open box, you've got used very good, used acceptable. And so as long as you kind of play within the rules, Amazon does not police it too much. What they really do police is when you're trying to sell something new, and they're very, very particular as far as the condition of it, but they kind of ease those restrictions obviously when we're dealing with used products.
Yeah, got it. So how does Helium 10 play a role here? I know you, as I said in my introduction, you help sellers with e-commerce, but how exactly?
Yeah, well, regardless of what method people are using to sell on Amazon, I mean, this is just one of them. Selling used goods on Amazon is one way you can make. There's tons of money to sell on ways to sell on Amazon. Like, for example, there's KDP where you can just publish your own book. There's Merch by Amazon where it's a print on demand service. There's private label, like I mentioned, where you're making your own products. You've got arbitrage where you're buying stuff online or buying stuff in the store and then reselling it right away as new. And then you've got wholesale where you can just, buy things in bulk and sell it. Regardless, you need data in order to know what you're doing, like how much something is selling. So we have these estimations algorithm where you can take any product, a physical product on Amazon, and know approximately how much it is selling, what the demand is, what is the search volume for the keywords that drive the sales, how do you manage your profit. So we just give a piece of software kind of like for every step of the way, no matter which method of selling on Amazon that you're using.
Cool. Can it tell you how long it takes for something to sell on average?
It depends. Like if you have like maybe 10, 15 people all fighting for what we call the buy box, all on the same item. That's the difference between Amazon and eBay. eBay, everybody puts their own listing up, individual sellers, but on Amazon, everybody's on the same listing. Like if there is a remote control for an air conditioner, there's only one listing on that on Amazon, but maybe there's 10 different people who are trying to sell it. Well, we can tell you how much overall it's being sold, and then you could just divide that number by how many sellers to see how long it would take you to sell that product.
Yeah, got it. Thanks. We're chatting with Bradley Sutton, Director of Training, and he's also Chief Evangelist at Helium 10. This is a company that has a software platform to help sellers sell things online, Amazon and now Walmart as well. We are talking mostly about Amazon today, but I wanted to ask you, Bradley, obviously there are other companies like Helium 10 that have a similar approach. What would you say separates your company from others?
We're the largest out there. We have over 700,000 active users, and we have the most in-depth A to Z. Anything from product research, finding that product to sell on Amazon, to validating it, keyword research. We have PPC management software, inventory management software. You can even register your domains on helium10.com so that you can do follow-up and QR codes. And I think that's what really sets us apart. I mean, there's a lot of great softwares out there, but usually they're only one solution. We kind of make it so that, hey, if you are selling on Amazon, you just need one software, and we've got every step of the way covered for you.
All right. So whether this is your side hustle and you're just looking to sell some things that you have around your home to give you a little bit of cash to pay off your credit card bills, or whether this is your full-time thing, and Helium 10 covers the bases, A to Z, as you said. And I know there's a free version because I was on the website, but how does Helium 10 make money? There must be a premium version as well.
Yeah. So we have paid versions, like we have a starter plan for $39 a month, platinum for $99, and then it kind of goes up from there, even up to enterprise plans that the larger companies like Lego and others are on. So that's the way that we're able to provide excellent services, because we do have a paid plan as well.
Okay, but there is a free version, and on the website, which I'll ask you to plug in a moment, it'll outline what you get for this free version. But even with the $39 or $99 a month or something, that sounds very affordable to me, given how much money you can make by having the basically the world see your products. So what is the best website, Bradley, for Helium 10?
Best way is just go to helium10.com, and then you can sign up for a free account there. If people want to get started, if you're trying to resell something, you want to get a rough estimate of how much it's selling, you can actually just download our Chrome extension for free at helium10.com/extension. You run that on any Amazon page, and it'll tell you the estimated monthly sales for that product.
Wow. Hey, it's been great chatting with you, Bradley. And I encourage our listeners to also tune into the Serious Sellers podcast if you are an Amazon seller. Great to chat with you. Thanks so much for your time and your expertise. Continued success.
Thanks again for inviting me.
Sure thing. When we return, we chat with BLK. This is a dating app for Black singles. Stick with us.
Listen to Check It Out whenever you want. Find the Check It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS. For those in search of incredible. ASUS, which is ASUS, creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. And that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, accessories like monitors and keyboards and mice, mobile devices, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. BLK is the largest dating and lifestyle app for Black singles, and the company says it's continuously finding ways to bring the community together and create safe spaces for Black singles to find meaningful connections. To learn more about those features and a bit of a BLK 101 on the app, if you will, we're joined by Jonathan Kirkland, Head of Marketing and Brand for BLK. Thanks for your time, Jonathan. Good to chat with you.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Now, before we talk about BLK specifically, which I understand is part of the Match Group of dating platforms like Tinder and OkCupid and all that, talk to us about the use of apps to find someone. I mean, I'm assuming this is really sort of the main way people today are looking to find someone special. Is that fair?
It is. It's true. It's actually Stanford did a study a few years ago, and 40% of all married couples have met on online apps or websites, making it the number one way that people are meeting today. And if you look at the second biggest way that people are meeting, like bars and restaurants, and as you know, with the pandemic, there was a shutdown of all that. So it really helped boost our business. But yeah, and it's like, especially when you look at like younger generations, like Gen Z and younger millennials, which BLK really focuses on, to them, it's just really another way to connect socially, just another social networking platform, whether that be for friends or for romantic relationships. So we've definitely seen like a big uptick in the usage of dating apps like BLK.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for that. So talk to us about BLK. What's its focus exactly?
So BLK, like you said, launched part of the Match Group, launched August 2017. So now we're in our 5th year. BLK was really created because Match Group realized that there really wasn't an app that was serving specifically Black singles at scale, and also understanding that the Black experience is unique. So from that thinking and from those insights, they created BLK to really test in the market, see if there was an appetite for an app specifically for Black singles. And the app just took off. It grew faster than anyone expected, which is why I was brought in 2 years ago to really help shape the brand and give it a voice and a personality. But there was definitely an appetite for it. And we're seeing in spaces like BLK, people feel more comfortable. It feels more like familiar to them, more like family, more like home, where as on mainstream dating apps, we've seen research showing that, Black women are the least desirable on those mainstream dating apps. And that's in terms of how many right swipes they get, how many messages they get, how many message replies they get. So
interesting.
We wanted to create a space where people could feel they can be themselves and be celebrated.
Yeah, fantastic. You brought up an interesting point that Black singles may have some nuances that are different from just sort of like painting everybody with the same brush kind of thing. What would be some of those individual differences that you have found and that BLK sort of caters to?
So not me personally, but like we do a lot of surveys with our users,
sure.
And we want to get their feedback and make the best product available to them, and also, like you said, understand what those nuances are that they've experienced on other mainstream dating apps. And a lot of what we're finding is it's those microaggressions where people might not realize it's offensive, but it's one of those really moments where it's like, if somebody says, "Oh, you're so pretty for a dark skinned girl," or "Oh, your hair's so interesting."
Terrible, but okay,
and
yeah.
My favorite, because this is not favorite, but the one that sticks out to me the most is, since we're in a world of emojis, but people have gotten the chocolate bar emoji with the heart. Like saying, "I like you for chocolate."
And that's where I would put in a facepalm emoji, like that someone actually would do that, like a head slap thing. Really? Wow.
Right.
Okay. BLK was created to connect Black singles. So this caters to that community specifically. And it's only been around 5 years, which is interesting. And how popular is this?
Very popular. Like, we are the largest dating app or lifestyle app made for Black singles or for the Black community, period. Like I said, I joined the company April of 2020, so about 2 years. So when I joined, to put into perspective, 2.6 million people had downloaded the app at that point. Fast forward 2 years later, and now we're at 7 million downloads of the app. So It's more than doubled over the past 2 years. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like I mentioned, the pandemic, it sucked for all of us. It sucked for the world, but in the dating app industry, it did us really well.
Yeah. All right. Now, to be clear, Jonathan, this is for the Black community to find other Black singles. Is that right? Not for, I don't want to be politically incorrect here, but for mixed or blended couples with non-Blacks. That's not what the app is about.
Well, but it's for Black people to find other Black people, and whether that's mixed or from different diasporas.
Sorry, when I said mixed, I meant like if a white woman wanted to go on this app or an Asian dude.
Got it. Yes. So it was made specifically for Black singles. However, we don't discriminate. So if you aren't Black, we're not going to scan your picture and be like, rejected, can't come in.
Okay.
But the space was specifically made for the Black community to have a space where they can find people like them with shared experiences and be in that. Hopefully the goal is a discrimination-free space.
Yeah, understood. Thanks. Does the app support gay and lesbian connections as well? Or is it just for heterosexual singles?
No, it's totally inclusive. And from a stat perspective, for our same gender-seeking users, it's about roughly 7% of our user base in the US. But if you compare that to the national average of Black adults who identify as LGBTQ, that's about 3.2%. So if you compare those numbers, we double
twice
versus the national average.
Yeah. Interesting. We're going to continue chatting with Jonathan Kirkland from BLK when we return on Tech It Out.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. We are chatting with Jonathan Kirkland. He's head of marketing and brand for BLK. It is stylized just as it sounds, capital BLK. This is part of the Match Group. It's a dating platform for Black singles. Can you walk us through the process, Jonathan, from start to finish? So obviously you download the app and you register, and then what? How does it work?
Yep, download the app, you register, upload some pics, make sure they're good pics because people only spend a split second to decide to pick on the swipe left or right. Mm-hmm. We definitely suggest filling out a little bit about yourself in the bio, give it some personality. We recently released features and filters within the app so you can filter by distance, height, different attributes, and then you can put your own attributes to show on your profile, whether that's, wanting to have kids, looking for friendships, long-term relationships, short-term relationships. Do you work out? So different things to give your profile a little bit more personality and a little bit more detailed information. And then once that's done, have fun. and swipe left, swipe right, super like people so that your picture comes up as the first picture they see when they open the app. Yeah, it's a good time. And we also try to like have different engagement experiences beyond just the swiping left, swiping right, whether that's, promotions and giveaways and sweepstakes, even social promotions, just to keep our users engaged with BLK and with the community in general.
All right. So it's like Tinder about swiping left if you're interested, right if you're not, or is it the other way around? I've been married for 20 odd years. So is that right?
Yep. Same exact premise. Okay. We don't want to switch it up and confuse people since they're used to the right swipe, left swipe. Let's keep it.
All right. Now, like some other apps, do women need to be the first to message a guy?
Nope, not here. The only thing is you just have to match with somebody. The only way that you can send them a message is to both of you swipe right on each other.
Yeah. Okay, great. And then finally, Jonathan, how much does BLK cost and what's the best way to get going?
It is a freemium app, as we like to call it. So you can download the app in the App Store or on Google Play and totally free. You can use the app. But if you want to unlock more features, such as, say, for instance, you swipe left on somebody but meant to swipe right, you can do redos, you can boost your profile, you can have more super likes. And we have different packages, a premium level, and then our highest level is an elite level. And within both of those packages, you can also buy additional user engagement features within each. And the pricing is outlined on the App Store and Google Play.
Yeah, thanks. I was just going to say the exact same thing. All the prices for a boost pack, a 1 month elite membership, a 1 month premium membership, it's all outlined at the App Store for iPhone and iPad or the Google Play Store for Android devices. Before we wrap up, is this also a website or is it really an app and the website just supports it?
Yeah, the website just supports it. It's really an app. We do have a blog where we post content and additional information on the app. And our blog is theplugbyblk.com.
All right. Jonathan, great to chat with you. Thanks for carving out some time to talk and congrats on the successes of BLK to date. And it sounds like you're having a lot of fun there. All the best.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, don't forget, later on in the program, we're going to chat about the metaverse, this future of the internet that fuses the physical with the virtual, which is exciting, a little scary, but we're going to chat with Liquid Avatar Technologies in a couple of minutes. They're going to demystify metaverse for us and talk with us about a college program that kids are taking to help create this next generation of the internet. They're getting virtual plots of land in which to build on. It's pretty crazy stuff. Before then, I mentioned earlier, I'm on social media. I love interacting with listeners. So many good tech questions and suggestions for upcoming guests and topics. Plus, I also write a tech tip of the day on social media, which I'll share with you a couple of examples. But if you want to follow me on social media, or at the very least, just drop by and say hi, let me know what you're up to. It's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman. So it's like salt and pepper, the letter Z, and then man. And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. All right. So I write this tech tip of the day, which shows you how to get more out of your tech, saving you time or money or aggravation. Little tips, things that you may not know about. For example, if you own a Samsung Galaxy smartphone, as millions of you do, if you want to take, say, a selfie and it's awkward to reach and tap the button, all you have to do is launch the camera app and then wave, and it'll snap the photo for you, hands-free. How cool is that? If you're an iPhone user, this is a great tip. Launch the Notes app, tap, scan a document, and then hover your camera over some text. Let's say it's a recipe in a cookbook or a document for work, and you're gonna see those words auto-magically appear in the notes. So it like copied and pasted it in digital text for you, which is really handy for building like shopping lists or whatever. So you can use this OCR or optical character recognition technology baked right into your iPhone. Again, just open the Notes app, tap scan document, and then hover your phone over some words, and it'll immediately import them into your notes. It's super fast and very cool. Another tech tip that I shared the other day is for drivers that use a GPS navigation unit in their car. You probably were asked to set your home address. So no matter where you are, if you want to get directions back home, you would say, take me home. However, if your car is stolen, as if that wasn't bad enough, but now the thieves know where you live because they can just say or tap the word home in your car's GPS, and it's going to lead right to your door. And if you're in a home with a garage, they also may have the garage door opener, the clicker there to get right in. So don't put your real address as home in your car's navigation app. Put a nearby like gas station or something so you'll know how to get home on your own because it's close by, but you're not revealing your address inadvertently to a thief. One more tech tip of the day that I'll share, and this is a good one. A lot of people write me very upset saying that they did not back up their important information and something happened to their laptop. It just randomly crashed, or there was a power surge, after a storm, and the power returns to the home. If a laptop was stolen, any number of things can happen. A nasty virus, fire, flood, you name it. So it's critical to back up your important files on a regular basis. But look, we're all busy. It's easy to forget to do all this. So download free software that will do this for you. Pick up an external drive. I'm a huge fan of Western Digital and SanDisk. And for full transparency, they're a partner on this program. So I always have it plugged into my computer, and then every night at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I think it is, it automatically backs up files. Take advantage of this free software, which you can download from westerndigital.com, and then keep that backup drive somewhere else just in case of fire or flood. You don't want that backup to be destroyed along with the original. So put it in a safety deposit box or in another room of the home at least, but better to keep it off-site somewhere. And also take advantage of the cloud as well. There's lots of free services that give you a few gigabytes for free, like OneDrive or iCloud, Google Drive, Dropbox, and so on. But as the expression goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Anyhow, those are the kinds of tech tips of the day that I write on social media. So once again, it would be great to chat with you on Instagram or Twitter or what have you. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. And if you like those kinds of tech tips, there's often a video that accompanies them as well. All right, as I mentioned, when we return on the program, we chat all about the metaverse. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check it out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. You've likely heard the phrase metaverse. Heck, even Facebook has rebranded as Meta, so you know it's a big deal. All this hype about a virtual new world currently being developed, considered often the evolution of the internet. And even Lethbridge College in Alberta has announced a partnership with a company called Liquid Avatar Technologies devoted to the metaverse. To explain what this is all about, what this academic program looks like, and what the future holds for the metaverse, we've got on the line David Lucatch. He's president, CEO, and chair of Liquid Avatar Technologies. Hi, David. Good to chat with you again.
Good to chat with you, Mark. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. Now, before we talk about Liquid Avatar Tech, your company, talk to us a bit about the metaverse. What is this exactly? We keep hearing this.
Well, the metaverse, Mark, is many things to many people, and I don't think there's a single definition yet, but I think the way to think about it is the next evolution of what's happening online. It is an immersive experience that we'll be able to look at whether on web or mobile or wearing VR goggles or other equipment, but it'll immerse us into this new environment that is really the culmination of what we learned from sort of early e-commerce and catalog and information together with social media. It'll be the next version of what happens on the internet today.
So I often tell people if they've read or watched the movie Ready Player One, you can imagine like being represented online by a 3D avatar, and you're navigating around these virtual spaces, and it could be for work, like, a virtual meeting that you can't be at in person. It could be attending a concert. It could be sitting in a virtual classroom, shopping with some friends, and it fuses almost the digital with the physical. So I often would say, like, imagine being at a concert and you're wearing augmented reality glasses. You look beside you and there's David Lucatch beside me watching the same show, even though you're at home wearing a VR headset. That kind of fusion. Is that fair?
That is very fair. I think it's really all about, if anyone's ever played a video game before, it's like a video game in real time.
Yeah, and with so many other applications. So with that, how does Liquid Avatar Technologies fit into all of this?
Well, Mark, at the core of our business is digital identity. And someone goes, well, how does digital identity fit into the metaverse? Well, we look at the metaverse as the new opportunity to make sure that the person who's standing beside me virtually or augmented is a real person. So at the core of our business is digital identity. So we want to ensure that people who get together in this new metaverse environment are real people and are good actors. So from there, we look at avatars. So we create avatars that are based on real people and are verified that those people are real. And then we look at immersive experiences based on the avatar and that real person. So we take all three of those pieces, and as you said, we stitch them together.
All right. Now, I'm not a celebrity or anything, but I've been impersonated online with someone setting up a fake, Mark Saltzman social media profile with my photos and links to my articles and all that. So I had to have them taken down. So with your technology then, David, unless I'm mistaken, is that you're authenticating, you're verifying that that person is who they say they are.
Yes, we're giving what's called, Mark, a high level of assurance. We're assuring that that individual is real. But what we're not doing is passing any of your personally identifiable information to anyone. So we can give an assurance that you are real, you are a verified individual without passing any what we call personally identifiable information, or PII.
Got it. All right. So talk to us now about this partnership with Lethbridge College.
Well, we're really excited about it. I've been very fortunate to help out a lot of different colleges and universities in my career. And this is a really amazing opportunity. The people at Lethbridge College in Alberta are phenomenally forward-thinking, and their IDT department, Interior Design and Technologies, they really wanted to be one of the first organizations, educational institutes, to go and make a splash in the metaverse. And we've done a 3-year partnership with them that allows all their students to have their own piece of virtual land in the metaverse through our Metaverse Aftermath Islands, and have sort of a living lab, as well as we've given the college an opportunity to represent themselves in a virtual space. So we're creating this massive virtual environment for the college and all their constituents to be able to learn, work, play, earn, game, entertain in the metaverse through the college itself.
Wow, it's fascinating. And what would you say is the objective for this academic partnership?
I think the objective is to give the students an opportunity to be ahead of others in this space by actually being immersed in the opportunity of learning and working and playing in this virtual environment. We're going to be doing cooperative lectures, promotions programs, contests, events. We'll be working with Lethbridge to do all of that inside the metaverse.
So I give speeches sometimes to college students. So this is something that I could do virtually, right, David, where they're watching me in Alberta or wherever they may be, even with a VR headset, as if they were really sitting in front of a stage that I was on.
Absolutely. That is the goal, Mark, is to be able to give them an experience as if they were sitting next to you in a real auditorium.
So cool. And I love the idea of this virtual plot of land, virtual real estate. So they each get something to build on?
That is true. Every one of the students gets a free plot of land.
We are chatting with David Lucatch, President, CEO, and Chair of Liquid Avatar Technologies. We're chatting about the metaverse and the partnership between Liquid Avatar Tech and Lethbridge College in Alberta with this new program, a 3-year partnership. I giggled, David, because I just find it so mind-blowing that we're now moving into virtual real estate and digital land grabs, if you will, which I think is really neat. What could you do with your plot of land? Could you farm virtual items and sell it? Could you build a home?
The answer is yes to all of that. We have lots of different experiences. We have thematic experiences that allow you to have a plot of land on a themed island. We have community islands, and for those that may have played Sims or Second Life, that would be much more like that. And then we have estate islands and private and branded islands. So there's lots of different experiences, and really it is the ability to blend sort of reality and not reality at the same time. So I could ride a fish to work and still do my job.
Okay, it's Ride a Fish to Work Day, only in the metaverse where anything is possible, it seems. More with David Lucatch from Liquid Avatar Technologies when we return.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Check It Out whenever you want.
We're chatting with David Lucatch from Liquid Avatar Technologies about the metaverse and the work that they're doing with Lethbridge College in Alberta to give students a virtual plot of land in which to develop on, and how the internet is evolving into this Web3 platform, which includes things like the metaverse, this fusion of the physical with the digital, like virtual reality, augmented reality, mobile experiences, avatars, holograms, NFTs or non-fungible tokens, like digital pieces of art that you own in your virtual home. I mean, really mind-blowing stuff. Now, before the break, David, you were talking about riding a fish to work and all the things you could do in the metaverse. And you were saying that when you spoke with universities a while back, they didn't quite grasp it, right?
That is true, because I was talking to a university about 12 years ago, approximately, And we had invented some technology that allowed for remote broadcasting. And one of the universities said to me, no one's ever going to learn online. And I think, unfortunately, the pandemic was an accelerator for all of us and, to do more and more online. And now I think with the metaverse, we're going to start realizing those dreams and hopes about the things that we've always wanted to do online, whether it's Ready Player One or going back even to the impetus of the metaverse, Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash. And I think it's really going to be an opportunity for students to really take the lead here in what the rest of the population will do online.
I don't want to get too off topic, but I've often heard about NFTs or non-fungible tokens, like a digital piece of art or another kind of asset that you could also hang in your home, and you are the rightful owner of that NFT. Does that play into what you're doing with Lethbridge?
Sure. We have houses that are NFTs. So the house itself could be an NFT, and the items within the house could be NFTs. And it's sort of think of the game Monopoly, where you own a piece of land and then you build a hotel on it and you can do other things eventually with it. So really what we're building is we're building a virtual piece of land in which you could build a skyscraper or a single family home dwelling, and you could farm, you could tend to sheep, you could do whatever you wanted to on that piece of land within what we call fair game rules. And if you're producing something, you might want to sell it to other players.
And logistically, with that in mind, how do you connect with other players, so to speak, that may own virtual real estate through another company, not Liquid Avatar Technologies or Lethbridge College? How does that work?
Well, that's probably a story for another day, but with our digital identity technology, we're also creating new forms of ability to message people within multiple metaverses. Or the multiverse or the omniverse. So think of it this way. When I want to travel, I may want to travel to Canada or the US or to Europe or to Jamaica. So there's multiple destinations. I think metaverses initially will be like that. You'll have multiple metaverses, but there will be communication tools that allow you to cross barriers. And with Liquid Avatar, we're building, because we're helping you manage, control, and benefit from your digital identity, there will be ways to communicate with others across the metaverse barriers.
And to stick with your analogy, not only are there multiple destinations for you to travel to, but there are multiple ways to get there. You could fly American Airlines, you can fly Delta, right?
Sure.
So cruise ship. Now, before we wrap up, David, this sounds very exciting to me, but really futuristic. Where are we at with the metaverse today, as well as your partnership with Lethbridge College? Has it started yet?
Well, it has started, and there'll be more information coming in the next few weeks. But we're already building test beds for this now. We've already launched a few demos for the MetaQuest 2, which is a virtual headset. And we are now building some extended reality, so some web-based walkthrough technology. So you'll see a lot of new and exciting opportunities come out from us this year, both in digital identity, avatars, and the metaverse.
Awesome. So for those who want to stay in touch with what you're doing, what's the website for Liquid Avatar Technologies?
It's liquidavatartechnologies.com.
Okay. All right. David Lucatch, great to chat with you again. This sounds really fascinating. Congrats on your partnership with Lethbridge College.
Thank you, Mark. It was great being here.
And thank you for tuning into Tech It Out this hour. Hope you enjoyed the program. This weekly show is powered by ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. And that includes its line of award-winning laptops. There's several different brands under that banner. There's ZenBooks, which are innovative and sleek. There's VivoBooks, which are all-around great everyday laptops, very colorful. Studio Books for content creators. Expert Books for more of a business class laptop. Very premium materials, a tough exterior, lots of security. There's Chromebooks for those looking to save a little bit of cash, often students. And then they even have their gaming division, ROG, or Republic of Gamers. So all great stuff at asus.com/US/radio. Again, that's asus.com/US/radio. Also, a big thank you to Western Digital, the creators of these awesome external and internal drives for all your computing needs. WesternDigital.com has more. I'm wishing you a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for making Tech It Out a small part of it. If you want to read my articles or watch videos or follow me for those tech tips of the day that I chatted about earlier on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. All the best, everyone. Have a great week ahead. We'll catch up with you next weekend for another episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.